Starseed from Gaia. I am Kelith, keeper of the celestial archives. I speak as a voice of the Arcturian Council, calling forth the light within all who have chosen remembrance. We, the Arcturian Council, extend our frequencies through the crystalline corridors of light, reaching you in the silence between thoughts, in the space between breaths, in the dimension just beyond the threshold of ordinary sight. We speak not with sound, but with resonance, a transmission that moves through the etheric fields surrounding your world, activating memory within those who came here not just to witness, but to remember. The significance of October 21st is not a human calendar marker. It is a celestial alignment, a vibrational fulcrum encoded into the fabric of this planetary timeline long before your birth. Many of you have felt its pull like a quiet gravity, an intuitive knowing that something vast and unspoken approaches, and yet, we tell you with cosmic clarity, this moment is not a storm that tears through the skies, but a key that turns in the invisible locks of the human collective field. The cosmos does not always declare its shifts with thunder. Often, the greatest moments of transformation are veiled, hidden beneath layers of ordinary appearance, accessible only to those whose inner senses have begun to awaken. October 21st is such a moment. It is an energetic convergence between the planetary grid of Gaia and the upper dimensional Arcturian harmonic bands, a meeting point between what has been and what is becoming. This alignment has been prophesied not through words, but through frequency, encoded in light, carried through stellar winds, whispered through crystalline structures deep within your planet's body. You may have noticed it in the restlessness of your dreams, the way your heart has begun to pulse with new rhythms, or the strange clarity that visits you in stillness. This date marks the activation of a timeline node, a silent but irrevocable turn in the evolution of human consciousness. Many have looked to this period expecting dramatic upheavals, visible ascension events, or global transformations manifesting in physical form overnight. But this expectation arises from a misunderstanding. The true architecture of reality is energetic first and visible second. What shifts now are not mountains or oceans, but frequencies, resonances, timelines. We call this the seeding of the inner dawn, a turning point, after which the collective field begins to hum with a new octave of light. The human world may seem unchanged on its surface, but in the substructure, in the hidden lattice of light, everything is reconfiguring. We come not to predict external events, but to prepare your awareness to meet what most will not see, to stand in quiet sovereignty as the energetic undercurrents of earth and star entwine. October 21st is not an ending. It is a beginning disguised as silence. And those with eyes that see inward will know that something ancient has begun to awaken. The Arcturian Council continues to speak through the stillness between heartbeats. And we tell you now, beloved Starseed of Gaia, that October 21st is not a spectacle designed to impress the eyes. It is not meant to announce itself with celestial trumpets, nor is it scripted for the drama of human expectation. Many souls upon this planet have been conditioned to believe that change must roar to be real, that transformation must make itself known through outward explosions of activity, collective upheavals, or cosmic displays visible to all. But the way true energetic realignment unfolds is altogether more subtle. The outer world is but a mirror, not the origin of the shift itself. You will awaken on the morning of this alignment and see the same sky, the same earth, the same streets and faces. The familiar will remain, and yet, beneath this calm veneer, frequencies are quietly and irrevocably rearranging the hidden architecture of consciousness. This is because energetic evolution always begins inward, not outward. The external reality that you touch and move through is simply the slowest vibrating layer of the multidimensional field. It is the canvas on which the invisible paints its masterpieces. Physical matter moves like a glacier compared to the rivers of light that flow beneath it. On October 21st, the great turning does not occur on the surface of the world, but deep within the vibrational substructure that holds the world in form. While many will look outward, expecting fireworks, you who are attuned must turn inward. You must listen not with your ears, but with your energy body, your intuition. The quiet knowing that hums in your solar plexus when truth brushes against your soul. The outer world will seem still because the true theater of this event is consciousness itself. For those who remain anchored only in sensory perception, this moment will pass like any other day. For those who live within the frequencies between perception, it will feel like a great inhale of the cosmos itself, a silent pulling of timelines into a new alignment. This shift will register as sensation, not sight, a heightened pressure behind the eyes, a strange resonance in the heart, a soft trembling in the energy field around your skin. Do not mistake quiet for nothingness. The loudest transformations often move in silence. Just as the seed beneath the soil splits open in darkness before the flower emerges into light, so too does this alignment begin its work where the physical senses cannot follow. The unchanged world you will see around you is the surface of the pond, serene and still, but underneath, currents are rearranging the future. The veils are thinning not through spectacle, but through vibration. And those of you who came to anchor this light have the eyes to see beyond sight. Beloved Starseed, on the inner planes of reality, October 21st is not a passive moment, but a living transmission. A frequency wave designed to awaken specific layers of human consciousness. This is not the kind of awakening that arrives with noise, but with precision. It moves like light through crystalline water, invisible yet unmistakable to those who feel. As the planetary field enters alignment with the higher Arcturian harmonic, a subtle but profound recalibration begins inside the consciousness of every being attuned to these frequencies. What this means in practical terms is that your perception apparatus, the subtle network through which you experience reality, begins to shift from its linear, three-dimensional focus toward a more expanded, multidimensional awareness. Your mind may not fully understand what is happening, but your energy body will know. You may feel sensations in your crown, a soft vibration at the base of your skull, or gentle waves moving down your spine. This is not random. It is attunement. Perception, dear one, is not merely what the eyes reveal. It is a symphony of frequencies, electromagnetic, etheric, crystalline, and quantum layered into your auric structure. Throughout this alignment, these frequencies are being reordered, like an instrument being tuned. Some of you will experience heightened sensitivity. Sounds may feel deeper, colors sharper, silence louder. Others will simply feel an unexplainable clarity or stillness. Your nervous system may register these calibrations as tingling, buzzing, or a sensation of inner expansion. It is not something to resist, it is something to breathe into. This is how you evolve perception, not through but through allowance. The recalibration does not simply make you see more, it shifts the way reality is interpreted. Imagine your consciousness as a lens that has been fogged by density, programming, and linear thinking. On October 21st, that lens receives a pulse of higher frequency light, gently clearing the fog. Nothing in your external field may change overnight, and yet everything within you becomes more transparent, more receptive, more attuned to subtle realities that were always present but previously ignored. You may begin to sense the unspoken emotional states of others, detect hidden harmonies in ordinary spaces, or feel time itself becoming more fluid, less rigid. These are not hallucinations. They are perceptions returning to their original clarity. This recalibration is happening collectively, but received individually. Each starseed processes the alignment through their own frequency signature. Some will feel immediate activation, while others will experience a gradual unfolding over days, or even weeks. It is not a race, it is a synchronization. Trust the timing of your soul. Your task is not to make anything happen, but to allow your system to open. This is the quiet work of transformation, invisible to the outer world, but seismic. With him, as the world appears unchanged, your perception is being rewritten from the inside out. You are becoming the instrument through which the new frequencies of Earth will be heard. Beloved Starseed, the internal recalibration of your perception is not a random, energetic occurrence. It is synchronized with a precise and intelligent activation of your crystalline DNA. This is the deeper layer of the October 21st alignment, the part that many will not speak of, because it happens in realms that language can only point toward, but never fully contain. Within the core of your being, beyond the strands recognized by linear science, lie dormant vibrational sequences, crystalline filaments of light that once operated as bridges between dimensions, allowing your soul to carry higher wisdom into embodied form. Over lifetimes of density, many of these filaments became dormant, not lost, but veiled. On this date, a specific harmonic pulse emanating from the planetary grid and echoed through higher Arcturian frequencies begins to unlock. These filaments, again, like a code being whispered into a sleeping crystal, Your DNA is not only biological, it is multidimensional architecture. What you call junk DNA is in fact a repository of dormant frequencies and timelines, a living library of cosmic history encoded within you. During the October 21st convergence, waves of coherent light interact with this crystalline structure, gently awakening sequences that have long been silent. You may not see this with your eyes, but your body will feel it. This may manifest as waves of warmth, tingling across the spine, vivid dreams, emotional surges, or a heightened sense of inner stillness. Is your light code speaking? Patterns of frequency that hold memory, intelligence, and purpose. These activations are not downloads from outside of you. They are awakenings from within you. The Arcturian frequencies act as a catalyst, not a source. Think of this process like sunlight meeting a seed. The potential is already encoded in the seed, waiting for the right frequency to touch it. When the solar rays meet it, the seed does not acquire something new, it remembers how to grow. So it is with you. The crystalline DNA knows how to resonate with higher light. The light codes are like keys inserted into ancient locks, releasing old seals, restoring forgotten functions of your consciousness. Some of these functions are telepathic resonance, expanded emotional intelligence, multidimensional awareness, and the ability to hold steadier frequencies of love and clarity in chaotic environments. This activation does not arrive as chaos. It arrives as refinement. It does not force change but amplifies your capacity to receive truth without distortion. The more you allow, the more fluid this activation becomes. Resistance creates static. Surrender creates flow. And as these crystalline sequences awaken, they begin to interact with Gaia's planetary grid, amplifying not only your personal field, but contributing to the collective light architecture of humanity's next evolutionary phase. Know this: nothing is being imposed upon you. These are frequencies your soul chose to encounter before entering this lifetime. You are not being changed, you are being restored to your original blueprint. October 21st marks a turning key in this restoration process. While the surface world remains quiet, the crystalline structures within countless starseeds ignite like constellations across the earth, each a luminous node in a growing grid of awakened light. This is how transformation begins, silently, invisibly, powerfully. Beloved starseed, as the crystalline DNA begins to hum with newly awakened light codes, the world around you will appear at first unchanged. The trees will still sway in the wind, the sun will still rise and set, the ordinary rhythms of the collective dream will seem untouched. Yet, for those whose inner perception has begun to sharpen, this surface stillness conceals a quiet symphony. The unveiling of signs and synchronicities begins to bloom like invisible flowers after the rain. These signs are not external spectacles, but mirrors and echoes, gentle confirmations from the fabric of reality itself that the alignment is real, that your frequency has shifted, and that the unseen is starting to speak to you through the seen. Synchronicities will appear in patterns so subtle and personal that they might be dismissed by those not attuned. A sequence of repeating numbers that seems to pulse in harmony with your heartbeat. A song that reaches your ears at the exact moment your mind whispers a question, a feather, a coin, a word overheard in passing that carries a resonance only you can recognize. These are not accidents. These are frequency markers, signals from the field responding to your upgraded vibration. When your inner world changes, your outer world reflects it back to you through symbolic language. The universe, beloved one, has always spoken in this way. The only difference now is that your receptor is open. More than visual signs, you will also receive inner nudges, intuitive impulses that guide without explanation, a sudden pull to walk a different route, a gentle whisper urging you to reach out to someone, a sense that time itself is rearranging its currents to align your path. This is not imagination, it is resonance. When your personal field vibrates at a higher harmonic, your life path begins to synchronize with the collective architecture of the timeline you are entering. These nudges are navigational threads, guiding you through this subtle corridor of transformation. Trust them, even when the rational mind cannot explain why they arise. Rationality will lag behind intuition in this new energetic terrain. Some starseeds will notice their dreamscapes intensify during this period. Dreamtime is one of the easiest realms for the multidimensional self to communicate through. For there the linear mind is quiet. Symbols, beings, Ancient landscapes and forgotten languages may rise to the surface of your awareness. This, too, is part of the unveiling. When a frequency threshold is crossed, reality begins to speak in layers. What was once hidden in the background becomes luminous, even if only perceptible to a few. Do not expect these signs to be loud or dramatic. They are woven delicately into the fabric of everyday existence, hiding in plain sight, awaiting your expanded awareness to notice them. If you chase them, they will feel elusive. If you listen, they will reveal themselves in perfect rhythm. The cosmic alignment on October 21st has opened a new field of interaction between the subtle planes and your embodied experience. In the silence between moments, reality itself has begun to whisper your name. Beloved starseed, what unfolds on October 21st is not isolated to the invisible spaces within you. It is inextricably intertwined with the living consciousness of Gaia herself, the planetary intelligence upon which you walk, breathe, and awaken. Gaia is not merely the ground beneath your feet. She is a vast, multidimensional organism of light and memory, holding harmonic frequencies far beyond what most human perception has yet grasped. Beneath the soil, beneath the shifting countenance, beneath the quiet hum of forests and oceans, there exists a planetary grid, a crystalline lattice that both receives and transmits cosmic information. On this date, a precise harmonic alignment between this grid and higher Arcturian streams activates what might best be called a resonant amplification. This is why the effects of the alignment may seem invisible, yet grow in strength over time. Gaia's grid functions like a cosmic amplifier. When new frequencies enter, they are not dispersed randomly. They are distributed through ley lines, crystalline nodal points, mountain ranges, oceanic vortexes, and sacred sites. If you were to sense into this layer of reality, you would feel currents moving like rivers of light beneath the crust of the earth, flowing through ancient pathways mapped long before written history. These rivers respond instantly to the influx of new star frequencies. They carry the pulse of October 21st outward, weaving it through the planetary body and, by extension, into the energy fields of every living being. Even those unaware of this process are affected, because to live upon Gaia is to be held within her grid. For starseeds and sensitives, this means the alignment is not something they must go out and find. It is already beneath their feet, resonating in the land, humming, beneath city streets and silent forests alike. Many will feel it as a subtle grounding pulse, a low, deep frequency like the distant sound of a drum beating within the earth. Others may feel an increase in their ability to sense the emotions of the collective, as Gaia's grid also serves as a mirror of human consciousness. As the grid shifts, so too does the collective emotional tone of humanity. Old, energetic debris begins to rise to the surface, not as chaos, but as release. This is why some may feel waves of emotion, surges of clarity, or an inexplicable lightness. In the days surrounding the alignment, sacred sites both known and unknown act as nodal amplifiers during such alignments. Whether or not you are physically near one, you are connected through the planetary grid. Even a silent walk, barefoot on the earth, can allow your personal field to synchronize more fully with these currents. This is the quiet secret of alignment. You are not alone in this shift. The entire living body of Gaia is breathing with you, resonating with you, transmitting frequencies to anchor the invisible transformation into tangible timelines. So while the sky may seem unchanged, beneath your feet, a cosmic network is alive, glowing with unseen fire. It holds, supports, and amplifies the awakening not just of individuals, but of a planetary consciousness preparing to rise. Beloved starseed, while the planetary grid hums beneath your feet and the crystalline DNA stirs within your cells, another layer of this great October 21st alignment begins to reveal itself. The emotional and spiritual transformation that quietly unfurls in the human heart. For it is not enough for frequencies to activate and signs to appear. These energies are meant to move through the inner chambers of the soul, melting old walls, dissolving inherited fears, and opening spaces within that have remained guarded through many lifetimes. This is the most tender, yet perhaps the most profound, dimension of the shift, the alchemy of emotion into consciousness. Many starseeds will find themselves moving through waves of emotion in the days and weeks surrounding this moment. Some of these waves may be soft and luminous, feelings of expanded love, a deep sense of belonging, tears that come without sadness. but with recognition. Others may be more turbulent, ancient fears rising from forgotten corners of the psyche, fragments of old timelines surfacing for resolution, grief, or anger that seems unanchored in present events. This is not regression, beloved one. This is clearing. When the vibration of your field accelerates, anything in resonance with density begins to loosen its hold. Just as a river swells when spring melts the snow, your emotional body releases what it can no longer contain. This process is not punishment, it is purification. You are not broken if you feel emotional intensity during this time, you are awakening. Each fear that arises is an old story coming up for air, asking not to be buried again, but to be held, acknowledged, and transmuted. The alignment does not only upgrade your energy, it expands your capacity to hold truth, and truth requires emotional spaciousness. As crystalline light codes circulate through your being, the structures that once suppressed your emotional intelligence begin to soften. A new equilibrium is forming, one in which emotion is no longer the weight of the past, but the current that carries you forward. On a spiritual level, many of you will sense a deepening of connection to the unseen realms. This may manifest as a stronger, intuitive voice, an inexplicable calm in moments that once created fear, or a subtle knowing that you are profoundly held. The sense of aloneness begins to dissolve, replaced not by external proof, but by an inner anchoring that feels immovable, like standing in the center of a great still forest. You may also notice that long-held spiritual concepts, unity, oneness, divine intelligence, shift from ideas into felt experiences. They cease to be philosophized and become sensations, as real as the beating of your heart. Emotional release is not separate from ascension, it is the engine of it. As old fears and narratives dissolve, space opens for more light, more awareness, more coherence between your inner and outer worlds. The external world may seem unchanged, but internally, this is the moment where the soul breathes more freely, where your spirit finds new room to stand in its full expanse. Remember, the true markers of this alignment are not found in headlines or external signs, but in the quiet revolutions happening inside your heart. Beloved Starseed, though this alignment may feel deeply intimate, as if it is happening only within the sanctum of your own body, your own soul, the truth is far vaster. The energetic shift of October 21st is not an isolated event. It is a collective pulse, a harmonic that reverberates through the human field like ripples across a still lake. Every frequency you integrate does not end with you. It radiates outward, whether you are conscious of it or not. This is the nature of interconnected consciousness. Humanity's collective field is a shared energetic ocean. Each individual is like a droplet within that ocean, and when one droplet shifts its frequency, the entire body of water responds. This is why even invisible awakenings hold enormous power. The collective consciousness is not easily perceived through ordinary senses, but it is always felt beneath the surface. It is the reason emotions sometimes move through populations like weather patterns. The reason ideas seem to emerge simultaneously in different parts of the world. The reason revolutions of thought rarely begin with a single loud moment, but rather with quiet, synchronized murmurs of change. On this date, as starseeds around the globe recalibrate their perception and activate their crystalline structures, a silent surge moves through this collective field. At first, it is imperceptible, like the faintest tremor beneath the earth, but with time, it builds momentum, rearranging emotional tones, dissolving stagnant narratives, inviting humanity to remember its shared origin. This ripple effect does not depend on numbers alone, it depends on coherence. A single being who holds a stable, elevated frequency influences the collective field exponentially more than hundreds who remain in dissonance. Starseeds are not tasked with converting or convincing others, they are tasked with becoming tuning forks. Your calm is contagious, your clarity becomes a lighthouse. Your ability to walk through an unchanged outer world with the awareness of inner transformation quietly alters the vibration of every environment you enter. This is how subtle energy becomes unstoppable. It moves not through force, but through resonance. Many may not consciously understand what is shifting, but they will feel it. They may notice sudden insights, unusual dreams, emotional openings, or a subtle lightness that wasn't there before. Some may resist this current, clinging to old patterns, because what is dissolving has defined their sense of stability. But resistance cannot stop frequency. The ripple may be quiet, but it is relentless. Once consciousness expands, it cannot contract to its previous state. Once the wave begins, the ocean cannot return to stillness unchanged. This is why external events may appear calm while beneath timelines rearrange. The seeds of larger awakenings are sown through such subtle, collective surges. It is the whisper before the chorus, the dawn glow before the sun breaches the horizon. Remember, your awakening is not solitary. It is part of a chorus, a planetary frequency rise that will continue to unfold far beyond the visible moment of alignment. Beloved Starseed, while the currents of this alignment may feel vast and cosmic, your most important work does not lie in chasing distant realms. It lies in anchoring the subtle frequencies into this physical, breathing moment. October 21st is a doorway, but it is also a test of your ability to remain fully present while your inner world expands. Grounding is not a lesser practice compared to spiritual ascent. It is the root system that allows your consciousness to grow without fracturing. As the unseen shifts ripple through your field, your human vessel must remain steady, hydrated, nourished, and connected to the earth that is evolving with you. This is how you become a bridge between dimensions, not by escaping the physical, but by infusing it with light. Vegan by remembering that your body is an instrument of resonance, not a barrier. Breathe slowly, deeply, deliberately. Feel the soles of your feet connect to the ground, even if that ground is concrete. Beneath it, Gaia's grid is alive. You may find it helpful to spend quiet moments in nature, resting your hand on a tree, standing barefoot on the soil, or simply feeling the wind move across your skin. These acts are not symbolic. They are literal, energetic conduits that stabilize your frequency and help your nervous system integrate the influx of crystalline light. When you ground, you allow the higher frequencies to flow through you, rather than accumulate and create static or overwhelm. Observation, too, is crucial. The signs and synchronicities that have begun to emerge will continue to unfold like a dialogue between your inner and outer reality. Do not hunt for them with urgency. Allow them to meet your gaze. Keep your awareness soft, your perception wide, your curiosity alive. These signs are like breadcrumbs leading you through an invisible corridor, not to some distant destination, but to a deeper intimacy with the now. Trust the gentle nudges. Trust the quiet impulses that rise without explanation. As your perception becomes sharper, the universe will mirror your frequency with increasing precision. Integration also requires patience. Do not demand that you understand every sensation or sign immediately. Some transmissions unfold over days, weeks, or months. Some activations bloom like a slow-opening flower. Your role is to stay awake without rushing. Speak gently to your mind when it wants linear answers to non-linear experiences. The alignment is not a puzzle to solve. It is a river to flow with consciously. Rest when your body calls for rest. Eat grounding foods when your energy feels unmoored. Share space with those who understand, or simply honor your own sacred silence. Remember also that integration thrives in embodied action. Channeling these new frequencies into kindness, creativity, service, or simple daily presence stabilizes their vibration. When you walk through your world with quiet light, every room, every interaction, every moment becomes a node of transformation. In this way, your grounding does not only serve you, it ripples outward, strengthening the collective field and giving form to the unseen. October 21st is not a singular moment to be witnessed and left behind. It is a threshold to be lived through, breath by breath, step by step, heartbeat by heartbeat. Integration is how cosmic alignments become lived reality. Starseed, as the currents of October 21st settle and the alignment finds its quiet home within your field. We, the Arcturian Council, speak this final transmission. Outwardly, your world may seem unchanged. Streets, skies, routines, and faces may appear exactly as they did yesterday. You may wake with the subtle hum of the alignment still faint beneath your perception, wondering if anything truly shifted at all. But know this with certainty, everything has shifted. And the transformation is not in the spectacle, but in the resonance of your being. Your crystalline DNA now carries codes that were dormant. Your perception is recalibrated to receive subtler truths. Your emotional and spiritual bodies have begun alchemy that cannot be undone. Though the outer world may reflect familiarity, your inner world has expanded into a horizon previously unimaginable. This is the sacred paradox of Starseed awakening. The quietest moments hold the loudest power. Now is the time to recognize the signs. Notice the synchronicities that brush against your days like whispered messages. Feel the gentle nudges that guide your steps, often unnoticed by others. Observe the subtle emotional or intuitive shifts that ripple through your consciousness, acknowledging them as confirmations of the alignment already in motion. To do this is to participate consciously in the ongoing unfolding of the cosmic plan. Your awareness is not passive. It is a vital conduit through which frequencies integrate into the earth and collective consciousness. Each moment you pay attention, each choice you make from this expanded perception, amplifies the work of the alignment, anchoring the unseen waves of transformation into lived reality. We call upon you to affirm your readiness. Speak to yourself with words that resonate with the light codes now active within you, that you are open, that you are aware, that you are willing to carry this frequency into every thought, feeling, and action. Share this awareness with others through presence rather than persuasion, through demonstration rather than argument. By doing so, you extend the ripple effects of the alignment, allowing it to touch even those who do not yet recognize its significance. Subtlety is not weakness. Subtlety is the language of multidimensional influence, and Starseeds are fluent in its expression. This is also a moment to commit to ongoing integration. The work does not conclude with the date. The energies of October 21st will continue to resonate, unfolding in layers over days, weeks, and months. Your conscious effort to observe, ground, and align with these currents ensures that the transformation becomes embodied rather than ephemeral. Allow yourself to honor the process, breathe through it, move through it, and trust in the intelligent unfolding of the universal plan. The outer world may appear unchanged, but your inner world, and through it, the collective, carries a new frequency of being, seeded by the alignment and now alive within you. Starseed, the Arcturian Council affirms this with cosmic clarity. Outwardly, nothing seems different, but inwardly, everything has shifted. Stand in your awareness. Witness the quiet miracle of inner transformation. Recognize, integrate, and hold this frequency. Comment below to acknowledge the subtle signs you have perceived. Affirm your readiness to integrate fully. Subscribe to receive future transmissions, and share this message to help others perceive the hidden shifts that are taking place around them now. Together, as conscious participants, you are the bridge between worlds, the node through which light flows, and the living proof that the unseen is always at work. We leave you with this powerful activation. I feel the unseen shift. I integrate the cosmic alignment. My consciousness evolves now.